Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo. And you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use like an answer to the question, why did Chris look confused there at the beginning of this broadcast? Because normally I have the LCD screen facing towards me so that I know I'm doing everything the way I should be doing things. And it was faced away. So, oops. It's now been corrected, and I'm good. I'm happy to see you here. Hopefully, you're just as happy to see me here. Otherwise, you're probably not watching this video. Let me go ahead and thank the 914 Supernomies as of today. Without them, I would not be able to do the things that I do, including these live broadcasts, answering questions, interacting with people, and generally just being myself. And hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully it's going better than ours. We've had some issues with the refrigerator. I think it's about time that we replace it, which is kind of sad. The refrigerator's been with us for quite some time. And it worked fine, but I think there's an error on their fridge, so wah wah. Anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with. That's one of the reasons today's broadcast is a little late. Technology, what are you going to do? Well, don't bend it. That's the biggest news to hit the internet. Actually, no, I take that back. Instead of, the iPhone and iPhone 6 being bent, especially forcefully being bent, but even potentially in your pockets being bent, that news has been overtaken with the news of iOS 8.0.1, which many people installed, and to my knowledge, I have not been watching social for the past half hour, to my knowledge, this has been pulled because there's been a series of reported bugs, the two big issues with 8.0.1, the first release. I do believe that Apple will be releasing 8.0.2 within a few hours, if not today, then tomorrow, to address those issues, because some people had issues with their Touch ID and potentially their carrier settings. Hopefully you did not update to 8.0.1. The first thing I did was check social, and a lot of people are having problems. I'm like, well, if they're having problems, what makes me think that I'm going to be any different than they are? And so I decided not to install it. I'm happy I did not install it. I will wait for 8.0.2. Apple should have pulled it by now. Hopefully you're not impacted by that bug. Boy, Apple just can't catch a break today. Or these days. Wow. Oops. You know what? I'm just gonna be nice. I'm not even gonna say anything about iOS 8 today. I'm gonna throw them a bone. Apple, you never kick a dog, or you never kick anybody while they're down. Just don't do that. It's not nice. And I like nice people. I'm trying to surround myself with nice people. So hopefully you're a nice person, like Roberto Cordero. Roberto said on Twitter, this is a few hours ago, this is the completely random poll here, I want one of those hashtag Intel Android tablets at Chris Pirillo is giving away, because I don't have a tablet. And then he whistles the Intel chime. I don't know if they're still going with that, but you're whistling anyway, and hopefully whistling happier, Roberto, because this Asus MemoPad 8 is now yours. I'll be sending it off to you, and I'll be DMing you by way of the LockerGnome Twitter account to give information, or at least to get information from you so I know where to send it. So that's a way of authenticating that you are who you are. Thank you for participating. We've had so many people using that hashtag and tagging me on Twitter. It's a perfect tweet. Didn't start the tweet with anything other than the words, regular words. You never start a tweet with an @ sign, ever, 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 because then that shows up as a reply on Twitter. It was just perfect. It read perfectly. I mean, he was picked at random. I mean, that's how giveaways are done. It's just like magic, magic, magic. There we go. This is the person. I basically reset the counter every day. So if you didn't get one yet, there's another chance for you tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Because I have 5 to give away in total. This was number 2 to give away. Yesterday, Quotidian Light was the recipient of the other Intel Android tablet. Yeah, Intel does Android tablets. 3 more to go. Congratulations, Roberto. I'm very, very happy to be a part of you. Not a part of you, really, that I know of. A part of your story. This is fantastic. So in history, you'll be able to say, my first tablet got as a giveaway from being a supporter of Chris Pirillo's community. And it was an Intel Android tablet, which of course makes Intel happy. So we got to thank Intel, because they're the ones who sent these things along. They're helping make these broadcasts possible, as well as the Supernomies, as well as someone else this week. Got something else for you. Citrix. They got a product called GoToAssist. It offers a secure cloud-based solution for IT and customer support professionals to provide live and unattended remote support to their employees and customers working from any computer or mobile device. For a 30-day free trial, visit GoToAssist LockerGnome.com. They all make it possible. Thank you. So now I've done a little mix of everything. I made everybody happy. Okay, I know I made a few more people happy, more than others. I meant to do an unboxing of this yesterday. It arrived. And this is, I guess, not the first generation transit Bluetooth speaker. A high-performance Bluetooth speaker. Let's see here. Cutting-edge audio technologies. Okay, that's good. Long-life rechargeable battery. Fun and easy to use. I don't know if I've ever described a Bluetooth speaker as fun to use. It's functional. I'm happy about that. Easy mount connector. And of course, you can get easy mount accessories sold separately, so you can mount it to like your bike or backpack or things like that. Haven't had a chance to try it. This is an official unboxing. What is this? It's a little like a key. Ah, I see. So it's screwed into the cardboard here. Very, very nice. Ah, it's a mount. That's actually really smart. I like that. Okay, that's a cool feature. Not exactly sold on the purple. I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't even know they made purple things. I just thought that purple was one of those theoretical colors. No, it's a real color. Some people like purple accessories. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to be holding on to this. I'm going to try it, going to give it a shot, see how it sounds. But we really don't have any matching things for purple in our home anywhere. I mean, I don't know if Jedi's favorite color, if it's purple, or what it's going to be yet. But with any luck, someone out there might be getting this, because I just, purple doesn't, I don't even, I wear purple every once in a while. Screen on there is kind of purple on the sticker. Yeah, I don't... Oh! I take that back. I do own one purple thing. At least one purple thing. Hang on. You're not going to believe this. You are absolutely not going to believe the purple thing that I own. Nah? Yeah, you knew it. Come on! Tell me you didn't see that coming. I featured it in the vlog the other day. Anyway, look, they match. So maybe I can figure this out. Maybe... What do you guys think? Would you want this Transit XS? That's the name, Transit XS from Son. Let me know. This is a possibility for a future giveaway after I've run it through its paces and played some music. And I've been listening to music every day, especially when I'm rocking with Jedi during times throughout the day and night. I am running on. Not fumes, but I'm very, very tired. It's been crazy having the baby, but Diana's been wonderful. Jedi's been wonderful, and of course we have a fantastically supportive community as well. It's so funny. Where is this? Hang on, I love it. I think Dan McLaughlin. I received this yesterday. I love it. There we go. The most popular picture I swear I've ever, well, no, maybe not the most. It's a very popular picture. I'm wearing this, and then Jedi's wearing her Yoda ears. Huh? You like that? That's a nice. I think it's a handmade. It feels handmade. This knitted product, and it definitely keeps your head warm. Yesterday, I did not mention some bit of news from Samsung because I think I was going to get to it, and then ultimately forgot that I was going to get to it. They're exiting the laptop market in Europe for now. After a decline in the PC market. That's not to say the PCs are going away. In fact, I think you're going to see a revolution in PCs. And at points in the past, I've said, I think PCs are on their way out, and I think by and large they are, but I think there's a revolution coming. And I don't mean it in the, it's going to overtake everything again. I think that ship has sailed. But in terms of gaming, I think PC gaming is going to be here to stay. I honestly do. I don't think consoles can touch it. In terms of the raw performance and control and tweakability, I think the realm of PCs and gaming is squarely in the enthusiast community, boys and girls, kids and adults. It's nice. It's nice to know that they're not going to completely disappear, because then part of me would miss them. But I think in terms of general, the way we've accommodated PCs in the past, I think that is going to slowly shift, in terms of how we use PCs in the future. So I think the future of PCs is probably square within the hands of enthusiasts and gamers who are looking for every last bit of performance on their system, because that can make all the difference in the world between winning an online death match, if they still call them that, or losing. Winning and losing, it can come down to a microsecond, and so. It's this is the way PCs are going to evolve, and that's great. That's awesome, and I'm very, very happy for those who love their PCs specifically for gaming. And of course, I'm probably talking Windows PCs. Although I do expect that the Steam box is going to rise in popularity so long as they get developer support and can come up with a killer app for that platform. But I think gaming as any kind of professional in esport, as it evolves, I think the heart of that is going to be the PC. And so it's definitely getting more and more deeply enthusiast, which is exciting. I mean, that's not my thing, but hey, if that's your thing, that's awesome. Just like, mobile devices, I like mobile devices, but they're not like my only thing. I kind of have my fingers in a lot of different places because it's fun. I'm a multifaceted person. I have many interests, and that's just me. I'm a walking Venn diagram. And if you don't know what a Venn diagram is, should have been paying attention in math class because I remember that. It was like one of my favorite parts of math. Was it math? Oh, hell. Now I can't remember. I think it was math. Logic? Something science. Another bit of news. Amazon has launched something called, I don't know if this is what it's called, but you can basically add products to your Amazon wish list by tweeting hashtag Amazon wish list. It's kind of neat. If you have a wish list that you're growing, I think they're just trying to make it easier. I don't think any other endeavor has really worked with Twitter in terms of brand crossover like this. It's a possibility. It's one more feature. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad idea. I think it's a great idea. I've talked about how I think the future of e-commerce is going to be tied into social as long as the friction is removed. And right now, there's just way too much friction. If you've got to tap through 5 times to get to what you want, for example, let's say you see this speaker and you want it. And then you got to click through 5 times, and you got to pull out your credit card, and then you got to enter it in, you got to log in, blah, 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 blah. It's gone. The impulse buy is gone. The moment you remove that friction to just be a single tap, bought, done, that's a huge win. And so everything to this point that vendors are doing, are trying to do, and making it easier for you to get things on social, they're workarounds. And they're about as elegant as they can be. Like Starbucks has got the tweet a coffee thing. I think I've got like a few unclaimed tweet a coffees because it's just a pain in the neck. I mean, I'll just buy the coffee. I'm good. I love the coffee, but I'll just buy thank you. But it's a pain. The more of a pain something is, the less I want to do it. The older I get, the more this happens to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The older I get, the less I want to fuss with things. I just want it to work. I don't want to, get all about something. Just work. Don't break. Work. Why you got to break? Why you break? No one knows. So that's really all I had in terms of a fair amount of news. Most of it, like I said, was dominated for me earlier today, specifically with the news of the iOS 8.0.1 rollout and then subsequent, recall, effectively, is what they did. Just do not upgrade. If you see that and say, hey, it's downloaded, do not install it. It does seem that the initial reports on the BlackBerry Passport, as far as reviews are concerned, find it to be a barely okay device. I'm sure BlackBerry was not happy to see those reviews, but it may be too little too late in terms of what might be possible with the future of the BlackBerry as a brand tied to hardware. I think for them to survive, they need to go almost the direction Microsoft's going with service. Not just BBM, which a lot of people rely on, but even beyond. I mean, the BlackBerry service, it's still got a strong brand, but I don't think anybody's going to buy a BlackBerry device anytime soon. It's too little too late. And that's the problem with this market. Every year it just changes. Every 6 months it changes. And there's no clear winner. As long as you're happy with the device you picked, you're never going to hear me slag you. Hey, you got a BlackBerry, you like the BlackBerry? Awesome. You're the one who's got to use it. It's awesome. By way of 9to5Mac, one of my favorite Apple-oriented websites, there are support page screenshots and error messages suggesting that a Photos app is coming to the iCloud website. That is awesome because I did the stupid thing and upgraded to iCloud Drive. I recorded something that you're going to see in, the vlog in another couple of days, a video. I did the 240 frames per second video with Diana, and I tried to export it and had problems with it. I couldn't get the full resolution off the phone easily in such a way that I could slow it down and all that stuff. So I ended up making the transfer. It worked, but unfortunately, without an ample amount of light, taking a video like that is just a bad idea. I needed way more light to record the video, and ultimately, by thought I could more easily transfer it by sharing it on the iCloud Photos app, and right now there's too many disconnects with that type of the thing that I was looking for. But it's nice to know that even if I can't have a desktop app, that I could get to that stuff by way of the web, and I'll be happy with that. I don't take a lot of pictures. Most of the pictures I take, honestly, I'm not kidding, show up on Instagram. Most of them that I take, it's never been for me. I got something's reminding me of something. I heard something. What do I need to do next? What's the alarm? Oh yes, I gotta do that. Gotta remember that. I got a call I gotta make. Next, is there anything next? Let's see what else we have in the list of headlines. Nothing interesting. Let me go ahead and kick in this presentation and answer questions from the people who are watching this broadcast live. I keep talking about it, but do you know, I know a few geeks in Seattle, but they're all doing their own thing. Do you know anybody who lives in the Seattle area that'd like to do something in the realm of geekiness together on a regular basis? I'm looking for those connections. I really am, because I want to do so much more. There's only so much I can do. I look at things differently. I do things differently than a lot of other people do, and for better or for worse. I don't mind the way I do things, but I know I could do fantastically better in what it is that I do if I had the help. I'm very grateful that because of Supernomies, I'm able to hire the services of John Prosser. He's been very, very helpful in taking clips from TLDR, whittling them down, and then we publish them on Facebook for people to see these separate video clips. And that's worked out, I would say, well enough so far. Sorry, I've not had breakfast or lunch, so I'm diving into my everything bagel sticks. I want to make sure I wasn't blocking anything. This is from NatureBox. I've done the unbaggings before. I'm not being rude. You're saying, Chris, you're eating in front of me. Dude, go grab something. Grab a snack. Grab a drink. You can even eat while I'm talking. I don't care. This is a totally relaxed atmosphere here. This was the best snack in this month's haul. Apart from the Pop Pops, they sent more of those. The best snacking, the healthiest snacking, the most tastiest snacking. And in case you were wondering, yes, you can get a free sampler pack. Originally, they weren't doing that. And then, earlier this month, they said, yeah, do your community want a free sampler pack? If you want a free sampler pack, you can get one. naturebox.com/Pirillo, I think is the custom link. Here's the thing. Companies like NatureBox, they're great companies. They support these type of video efforts. So that you've probably seen other people talk about NatureBox too. If you want to go through my link, it's great. I get the credit. You get free snacks. You get good snacks moving forward if you want to stick with the subscription. It's kind of it's the closest thing I can come up with to a win-win-win. So thank you if you use our link to snack. Oh, I'm a huge fan of snacking, which is a problem, right? Problem because I just can't stop. Because everything that I eat, I don't eat just to eat. I eat because it tastes good. It's like coffee. I don't drink because of the buzz. I drink because it tastes good. That's why I gotta have good coffee in me. And if I don't have good coffee in me, you do not want to be around me when I do not have good coffee in me. You do not. In fact, I'd rather not have coffee at all than have bad coffee. That's my philosophy. Cassie Lowe says, I just ate dinner in front of you. See? I didn't know that. I just thank you for letting me know. Stephen Krug said, I forgot to get the sample the other day. No time like the present. Gear Slotsvik says, PC is best for gaming and productivity. Tablet is okay for checking web pages and play simple games. Well, Gear, I would argue, yes, PC is probably, I'm no doubt in my mind, if you custom build a PC, you spec that thing to the gills, no doubt in my mind, it's going to be the best for gaming. It's certainly for you. But in terms of productivity, I don't know. I see that shifting. I really genuinely do. Productivity for me anymore isn't just contingent on one machine. It's contingent on several machines. Because the moment that I have to disrupt my workflow, I can't get anything done. I want to get things done. Who doesn't? And that's, to me, the biggest hurdle that I think we have to overcome in terms of how we look at productivity. It's less about this device, and 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 all these devices independent of one another. It's about all those devices working together, so you don't have to think about what you're trying to get done. You just get it done. All the way down to replacing certain things. So you talk about the PC being best for productivity. Well, it depends on how you define productivity. Now, if I wanted to be productive and I wanted to edit a video, which I do every day, I edit the daily vlogs, which many, many people enjoy, probably more than anything else that I've ever done. I edit on a computer that runs fast, it is straightforward, it's clean, it's simple, it can go mobile. That's the computer I've decided to use for that task. However, if I need to take notes, I'm going to use an app that'll synchronize between a variety of those devices. I don't want to think about having to go to this PC to take notes. It's never going to happen because I just know I want to take notes. And instead of thinking about the devices to solve your problem, sometimes you have to think about the problems you're trying to solve and then look for solutions that allow you to accommodate your current lifestyle. I mean, really, you're on the other side of the house, you got your smartphone on you, you need to take a note. Are you really going to trek all the way upstairs or in the other room or across the room to enter in that information here? Or are you just going to type it here because you're laying down, you're watching TV or whatever? It's easy. You don't think about the device as the central point of productivity as much as you do the tasks that you're trying to accomplish. So it's why when I speak about experiences, it's much more important to look beyond a single device for an experience and how that device ties into an archipelago of experiences in your lifestyle, and that's different for everybody. And that's just, I think it's going to continue to be that way, honestly. I don't see us going the other way around, because there was a time where I remember having, and you might remember, or you can talk to people my age, we used to have something called a computer room. There were, seriously, it was the computer room. Mildly antiquated. A computer room. Really? Is there such thing as a family PC anymore? Maybe a family tablet. You can pass around different accounts on it. But really? Do people still have computer rooms? It's an outmoded way of thinking. And I'm not saying you're wrong or saying you're outmoded, but I'm saying the definition of productivity, I think, is evolving. And I would never challenge how you get things done or your version of productivity. But what I'm saying is that as a trend, productivity is going to be less contingent on one device and more contingent on you just getting things done, no matter which device you happen to use. The moment you start thinking of productivity that way, you actually become more productive. I'm also a fan of avoiding multitasking when it comes to getting things done as possible. Like, I get more done when I can only use one app at a time. Because if I'm using 13 different apps, I'll forget about something. I'm like, my attention goes over here, my attention over there. Blah, blah, blah. No, this forces me to just pay attention to email, web browsing, reading, game playing, whatever it happens to be. My productivity doesn't necessarily suffer because I have 13 things to stare at. I'm just staring at one particular task. Now, in terms of processor multitasking, it's a completely different argument. I would never diminish that value. The more things a computer can do at one time, generally, the better your life is. I'm talking about you getting things done, and having multiple things going on sometimes can actually take away. And scientific studies, as opposed to, people on the internet talking, have proven that you actually get more things done, or typically can get more things done by unitasking rather than multitasking and trying to do 13 things at once on a single screen. Just FYI. Fwee. Next up. Hang on. Where are we at? We've kind of exhausted everything here, and I'm kind of exhausted myself. Got through all the news I needed to get to. Still kind of waiting with bated breath as to when Apple's going to roll out the fix, because I'm looking for any kind of patch. The only thing I'm looking forward to in iOS 8.0.2, because I don't think they're going to release one again to alleviate any confusion. The only thing I want is fixing the folder bug. That's the only thing I want. I need it fixed. I'm done with it. It annoys the hell. That's what happens when you make a folder larger on iOS 8. It doesn't make the sound. I'm just like, mentally I fill in the gap and go, oh god, it's plinking or plucking or whatever that sound, popping. It's just, why? I don't think they're gonna fix it. Or maybe they did fix it and I'm not aware that they're in the process of fixing it. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all I really need to cover. I've said everything I needed to say today, and I've shown the things that I wanted to show. Hopefully everyone's, as a gentle reminder, going to be participating or continuing to participate. Very happy that anybody who gets picked out to this point has been very active. I'm very aware of who Roberto is. He actually uploads videos to his own channel too. Nice guy. There are a lot of nice people out there who deserve a tablet. It's certainly a giveaway that we're able to do with Intel. So thanks again, Roberto, for participating. Everybody else, tweet something. Start tweeting, include the hashtag, tag me in it somewhere, and that's it. And we're watching it, and we're seeing what's going on. If you've already done it, do it again, because every day it's kind of like a reset. I try to reset the quote-unquote counter every 24 hours, and it's just a random gift. So, yeah. Tablets, snacks, what else can I give you? Time, perspective. I've given as much as You're bleeding me dry, and I love every minute of it, unless you're a vampire. I don't need that. Don't bleed me. Don't bleed me that way. Thanks again for all your support. I hope you're having a good week. Thanks for the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, participation in general. I really do appreciate it. At this point, I'm going to wind this video down and do a separate Q&A with you and me. How will you shape your business for the future? Great question. I'll be addressing that in a separate... I just realized I've been wearing this for... Oh, you know what? It's almost the end of the video. I'm just going to wear the whole thing. All right. And if this annoys you, you should not be watching me at all. Like, you do not deserve the mango. If you do not like the Yoda. So, that's Yoda. And if you did not know this was Yoda, wow. Your credibility is, in terms of being a geek or a nerd, even if you didn't like Star Wars, you kind of got to know who Yoda is. So, I'm going to record that video, separate Q&A with you and me today, live in this channel. You're free. You can watch it. Your fee. Well, it kind of, I mean, I do it for the super nomies. So super nomies, what? It's a cup of coffee once a month, or a bottle of pop or soda once a month. And if what I do is not worth that to you, I really question, why do you watch? I would hope that the time that we spend together is fruitful. I do hope you're having a good day. If nobody told you today that you are appreciated, let me be the first, or potentially the only person to say, I appreciate you. I appreciate the effort that you're doing if you're making the world a better place. I hope you are happy. And if you are happy, that happiness does not come at the cost of somebody else's. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.